Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alexis, aka Curly Gem on YouTube. If you are new here, make sure you stop this video right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notification bell so you can always be notified when I post a video. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey boo, and welcome back to the gang, period, okay? Anyway, today's video is going to be hair review, and it's kind of crazy because I said I wasn't going to be doing hair reviews for, you know, other companies' hairs, but I was just like, you know what, let me just do one because I haven't did one in a long time. I know I told you guys that I wasn't going to review anybody else's hair other than mine. If you don't know, I do have a business, CGZ Extensions, on Instagram. I'm actually currently wearing my hair. I sell raw hair extensions, so raw hair, like the real deal, you know. It's not cheap either. You guys can go ahead and check me out on Instagram if you need to. I just decided, you know, let me just do a hair review because I really haven't did one in a long time. And this company is called Yolova Hair, and they wanted me to try out their deep wave wig. This video is just going to be kind of like an unboxing and, you know, installation of their hair. Don't mind my hair because it's not like, you know, installed all the way, because I knew I was going to be taking my wig off to review their hair anyway. So yeah, I was hesitant to do this video because I've been sick, so I hope I don't sound sick, and if I do, that is why. I am recovering a cold, RSV, COVID, I don't know what. To be honest, I don't really know what I had. I don't know. Their hair came in a box like this. Gotta hide my address from these crazies. Okay. I love holographic packaging. Anything holographic is just like bomb to me. So that's an automatic win for me right here. It says Born for Beauty, a lasting natural looking solution, Ebony Diva, which is kind of confusing. Their brand is called Yolova Hair. Let's open this bad boy. So you just open it like this, and this is the inside. Comes in a nice satin package, more holographic. I love holographic stuff just because I'm an extra person. And to those who are new to this channel, I'm very, very extra. So anything diamonds, holographic, that just is an automatic turn on for me. Comes in a satin package that says Yolova. Once again, this is their deep wave 5x5 HD wig. The length is 20 inches and it is 180% density. So that's just the thickness of the hair. The first thing that came in the packaging was these wig caps. Came with 2 pieces, which is amazing because I needed some more wig caps. They also provided me with their lashes and also tweezers. And last but not least is their wig. And it is protected by one of these HD. Yeah, this is supposed to be HD. So here is the wave pattern. Super soft. That is my first impressions of this hair. It is very, very, very soft. Ooh, girl. Very pretty. Does come with a smell, you know, that typical hair smell. Yes, it comes with that smell. Kind of just like it's been cleaned or something. So yeah, this is supposed to be HD. I actually thought I got a frontal. This is a closure, but I think I did say that. So it is 5x5. This is the cap. They didn't come with certain cap sizes, but you can adjust the straps. There are adjustable straps in here. There are, let me see, 1, 2. There are 4 combs in here as well. Now the HD lace, I'm not sure if this is so much HD. I don't know. I'm not used to, this kind of almost looks transparent. The knots are also very small. Let me see if I could zoom in. Also, I'm going to run my fingers through it just to see if I get any shedding. So far, I'm getting no shedding, which is a really good thing. The ends are dry, but, you know, nothing that conditioner can't fix, right? The hair is very soft, and I'm not getting that much shedding. I probably got one strand from me running my fingers through it. And that is pretty much it, y'all. Also comes with baby hairs. I don't know if I said that, but it comes with like some baby hairs in the front. I'm gonna go ahead and bleach these knots so I can install this for y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, so getting straight into this video, I'm starting off with my Clairol 40 volume developer and my Clairol BW2 bleach. If you are a beginner, I would definitely recommend using a 20 or 30 volume developer, because 40 volume developer will bleach your knots really quickly. I'm using 40 volume because I'm experienced with bleaching my knots, and I also don't like waiting. But if you are a beginner, I would definitely recommend 20 or 30, especially bleaching the knots of a closure. I'm also using an old hair dyeing cup and a hair dyeing brush that I got from Sally's. When it comes to bleaching the knots of a closure, I like to use 1 scoop. And as you guys can see, I placed it in the cup, and then I poured in my 40 volume developer. We want the consistency to be of pudding. So as you guys can see, I started mixing that, and I only poured in like a really tiny amount, and I'm mixing it. And if it still looks kind of powdery and chalky, you can add a little bit more 40 volume developer, which I'm doing here. Because again, we want the consistency to be like pudding. We just don't want the consistency to be too runny, because then that starts seeping through the holes of your closure or lace, and then you'll have over bleached knots. And like I said, that really is a pain in the neck to fix. And as you guys can see, the bleach didn't like look runny or anything, and that's kind of how we want it. We want it to look thick like this. So I started placing the solution onto the closure, and I was kind of just like patting it on. You want to do this super light and not too heavy-handed. I started off with applying the bleach in the back, just because I noticed if you start placing the bleach towards the front, it will bleach faster. I don't know why, but it bleaches faster, and then it's going to be all yellowy looking and tacky. So I start with bleaching the back of the knots first, and then I work my way towards the front. So now you are going to set a timer for 30 minutes, but guys, please listen, check those knots every 10 minutes, okay? Because everybody's knots bleach differently. I'm so serious. Like every 10 minutes, please check, because you don't want to be in a situation where you leave the bleach in the knots for 30 minutes, not check, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, my knots over bleach. So I make sure I check every 10 minutes. Okay, and so here I'm just showing you guys that the bleach didn't seep through, get on the roots or anything. The consistency of my bleach was thick enough to where it did not go through the lace and get on my roots. So this is exactly what we want. I do like to bleach my knots twice. The first round of bleach I did wash off camera, and this was at 20 minutes. So the additional 10 minutes, I like to re-bleach my knots a second time, and I applied a thin layer of bleach on the second time around, because when you bleach knots, I actually just found this out, but it can actually cause shedding and damage. So just imagine bleaching the knots twice. It's really going to cause shedding and damage. So just be very careful about that. But as you guys can see, it's giving very much a scalp. When 30 minutes has passed, now it is time to rinse this bleach off with some lukewarm water. So I'm just going ahead and rinsing this off. Baby, it is giving very much scalp, but the roots are yellow now. So we're gonna have to cancel that out and tone that so it can really look like a scalp, you know? So I'm using my Shimmer Light shampoo, and I'm just applying that on the lace and just rubbing it in, just like it's a real scalp. Well, it is technically my real scalp, but you know. And now I'm taking my Shimmer Lights conditioner just to condition the roots, I guess, and make it soft. And this also cancels out that brassy and yellowness of the roots as well. Typically, I leave this on for about 5 minutes. Now that everything is complete, I just like to go ahead and shampoo my hair. Anytime I receive hair from overseas, I like to shampoo it because you just never know where your hair is coming from. And I'm using this argan oil shampoo. Any sulfate-free shampoo product is good for your hair. And as you guys can see, I did get some shedding. But remember I told you guys, after you bleach your knots twice, this can happen. And I can honestly say that was probably like the only shedding that I got. And you see I'm brushing my hair and I wasn't getting any more shedding other than that. So I'm using the tweezers that Yalova provided, and these tweezers were actually really lit because they were the dull ones. They're not those pointy tweezers. Those pointy tweezers leave holes in your lace if you're plucking too hard. You got to be careful. But these came in clutch. I'm just doing a generalized plucking along the hairline. That's what I'm just doing here. And then I'm parting the front, kind of where like my edges are going to be, just parting the front. There may be a little more hair on the left side or right side, whatever, but now I'm plucking kind of like behind the hair that I parted, and this is where, you know, I'm going to get that nice bomb hairline. So I'm just going back and forth, plucking back and forth. And I actually stopped plucking while my hair was wet because when your hair is wet, you can't really see how that hairline is going to look dry. I like to see literally how that hairline is going to look when it's dry. So now I like to pluck when my hair is dry. I like to take my comb and just brush the hair back just so I can see how the hairline is going to look. I actually like plucking better on my head. I kind of just did a generalized plucking. So as you guys can see, I placed the wig on my head and I'm still just plucking whatever needs to be plucked because when the wig is placed on my head, I can just kind of see how it looks rather than on the mannequin. It is also super easy to cause a bald spot on your hairline. That's another reason why I kind of like plucking on my head because I get an idea of where my natural hairline is. And on a mannequin, you can't see that. And if you get a bald spot, there's no going back. But as you guys can see, I am parting my middle part just to be a little more straight looking. We are finally at the fun stuff. So I am taking my Got2b spray and spraying my first layer of glue a little before my hairline. And I'm also using the hair cap that Yalova provided. And I put that over my ears and over my forehead. And as you guys can see, I'm just kind of spraying the first layer of glue. And since this is a closure, I'm not doing the full 9 yards and spraying everything as I would do with a frontal. I'm kind of just spraying the area where the closure is going to lay. After blow drying the first layer of spray, I did go ahead and apply a second layer just right on top of the first layer. And I'm just waiting for it to kind of get dry and tacky. I'm taking my scissors and just cutting right in the middle and down the sides. This is all the excess wig cap that we don't need. And I try to cut where I kind of glued. So cut as close to where you glued. And I also don't like cutting near my hairline. As you guys can see, the wig cap is a little before my hairline, my real hairline. So this glue won't take out my edges or anything. I'm taking my Bold Hold lace glue and just aligning it right along the wig cap of where I cut, and I'm kind of just keeping the glue right where the closure is going to be. This is going to melt our wig cap and have our wig looking real. For the next step, I'm just using the end of my razor for my hair, and I'm kind of just smoothing the glue into the wig cap to make it melt easier, I guess to say. I used to have chopsticks for this, but I don't know what happened to them. Do not use your fingers because your fingers will have it looking gunky and weird looking. And you are going to blow dry that glue until it gets clear. It should be clear and tacky. That's how you know it's ready. I'm just placing my powder foundation where my middle part is going to be. And I'm just taking this with my foundation brush that I use. Honestly, you can use any powder foundation. I also like to use the liquid foundation right towards the front where the glue was, just so I can really have that blended. Okay, I admit it. I am a little lazy. As you guys just seen, I tucked the wig cap on the sides of my ears. You know, I tucked them right behind because I was more so just worried about the middle being laid down because that's where my closure is going to be laying in the middle. I wasn't really worried about the sides because this is not a frontal. And as I placed the wig on, I did notice that it was just not giving me scalp. So I did put some of that foundation powder and a little bit of the liquid foundation on the lace just to give me that bam, like a whole scalp. When you find the placement of where you want your wig to lay, you are going to start to blow dry it because of that bold hold lace glue that we have on the wig cap. It is still tacky when you apply your wig over top of it, so your wig will still stick down. You can apply lace glue, more lace glue if you want to, but I didn't do that because I know the bold hold glue is super strong already and I didn't need to. Now I just cut down in the middle of my lace, and then I'm using a razor that I got from the hair store to cut down on the sides of the lace. And I love razors to cut my lace because it just makes the hairline look so much natural and helps it blend. Now there was some additional lace that I did peep after this video that I cut off camera, and I was trying to make the lace blend a little more because it was just still not blending. So I put some more of that foundation onto the lace while I was on my head, and that looks so much better. I took my rat tooth comb and now I'm starting to part my edges. Took a little piece on the sides, like where the end of the lace is kind of at. That's where I make my edges because it also covers the lace at the ends, and I like that. I don't make my edges directly where my middle part is, if that makes any sense. And don't worry if both of your edges don't match or look the same. They'll just be cousins. Is it cousins or sisters? I always get it mixed up, but they're not going to be perfect. Just, yeah. And I'm using that same razor to cut my edges so it could be jagged and natural looking at the ends. And I'm just taking my Got2b spray and hot combing that so it can lay flat. Now that I have a general idea of where my edges are going to be, I'm taking my Lotta Body coconut shell oil foaming mousse, and I like to use mousse over top of my edges to form them. It's kind of like a molding of my edges, because if you use gel right away on your edges, they'll get hard and it'll be really hard to maneuver. So as you guys can see, I did use that edge brush to swoop my edges, and then I used the back of that little comb to kind of like spread my edges out and whatnot. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other side, and I don't know why I didn't use my clips to push my hair back to make my edges. That would have probably saved my life on the other side. So you can definitely invest in some clips to push your hair back, so definitely be easier. Remember when I said your edges will be cousins? This is what I was talking about. But once my edges are formed, now I'm taking my Got2b glue and just going right over top of them with that glue just to hold it in place. Now I just took some of that foam and placed it at the top of my hair, and I'm using my hot comb to make the top of my hair flat so it can look flat and laid, period. But when I have curly hair, I don't like to go crazy with flattening the top, just so it won't look weird. And I'm taking this mist spray bottle that I got from Sally's. It was the best investment of my life. And I'm spraying the hair and using my Denman brush to brush out my hair. The product that I'm using to define my curls is from Hass Curl Care, and this is a curl defining cream. So I place a dime size amount on each sides of my hair, and it smells so good. And it helps with frizz control. And I'm also using my Denman brush here to define my curls. I start at the top and then I kind of invert the brush outward to make those curls. And I like to scrunch in my hair just to give me that curly effect. I don't know if it was just me, but the ends on this hair kind of looked thin while it was wet. So I went scissor crazy and did go ahead and cut those ends. And honestly, the blunt cut look just made the hair look so much healthy. And there we go. And last but not least, I did use my Got2b spray once again. And this can also lay the lace down and hold it down even more. And I use my hot comb to flatten, I guess, like the hairline part. And this is just so you can see my edges and it'll just make it look pretty. I don't know. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. Here is the final result. I was trying to wait until this hair finished air drying just so you guys can see how big this hair got, because I know some people just kind of like to see, you know, how big hair can get when it is dry. And I do really like the wet look as well. The wet look is really, really cute, really fun, sexy, date night type. You know, like this is everything for me. I really like how I cut the ends because it made the hair look much healthier. The ends were just a little thin for me, but it's probably because I'm so used to seeing blunt cut ends now that I just like everything blunt cut and healthy looking, just because the hair that I sell is blunt cut at the ends. So I'm just used to that blunt cut look. So that's probably why I kind of went scissor crazy. And again, I'm a beginner, okay? So I am still learning how to lay my lace, lay my baby hairs. I'm definitely improving, but there definitely could be some more work. Just like laying the lace down. Listen, that was a whole thing, but we got it down. It's all about the finesse. It's all about the finesse. As long as the end result looks good, it don't even matter. Because listen, I think it looks good now. If you guys are interested in this wig, make sure you guys use my code CurlyG when purchasing this wig, or if you're on Yolova's website and you just so happen to see other hair that you like other than this, make sure you use that code CurlyG so you can save yourself some coins, okay? If you guys like this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you don't like this video, you can thumbs it down, whatever. I don't care. Let me know how you guys like this hair. I just feel like it is super soft. Do I personally think the lace is HD? I don't think this lace is HD. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think this lace is transparent. So for them to say this lace is HD, I am not sure about that. I do think this lace is transparent though. So yeah. I was actually super excited to try out HD lace because Chinese vendors really make HD lace look poppin'. But I don't think this was HD. I think it was more so transparent. I'm not sure though. I'm truly not sure. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because your sis got some more videos coming back to back to back. All right, y'all. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. Bye.